Very well, Guy.
Good to see you again.
It is, indeed it is.
Today we're having an interview about some exciting new software that you've developed called CyberSayer.
Great! Yeah, CyberSayer is a program I wrote some years ago and have been working on off and on for probably about 15 years now, that essentially talks to you about what's going on in your life and through giving you insights is able to support you in developing a degree of self-empowerment or self-determination, self-mastery if you like, that is probably more powerful than most things we've come across, in that CyberSayer talks to you about your life, what's going on in your life specifically, in terms of giving tools that are individually attuned to where we are, what skill set we already have and what journey we're on.
And how does it work?
It's a Windows-based program. People load it on a computer and just use it. It's essentially a conversational style interface. You ask a question, CyberSayer responds. If you're unclear, CyberSayer will probably give you several comments, and then if you want more, you can ask another question, or you can ask for clarification, or you can narrow down the detail of the response.
So it's sort of like tarot cards or runes, but in an interface on a computer.
Absolutely, yeah. Tarot cards and runes are a very good analogy. In fact, there are some of the excerpts from the runes are incorporated in CyberSayer is as accurate as clairvoyance people consult. Definitely creates an opportunity for a computer to come sight and to pick up the energy field of whoever's consulting it and respond with a huge degree of accuracy. And a huge amount of information has also been put in that's been extracted from a massive range of sources, from ancient wisdom to contemporary insights and so forth. So there's definitely something there for everybody, no matter where they are or what's going on in their life.
And what's some feedback you've had from people in regards to the program?
A lot of feedback's on the website. Typically the feedback that I notice the most is people saying how spot on the readings they got were, how helpful it was in opening their eyes to another perspective of the situation they were facing that they weren't aware of within themselves before, but with a few words or phrases, some kind of light seems to have gone and they've become open or receptive to it, looking at things which has inevitably empowered them to make a spiritual expansion and response. CyberSayer, I think, lifts our consciousness to a higher level where we can see a bigger picture. It's just like when you climb a tower, the further up you go, the further you can see, the wider the picture, and the less significant individual details and problems seem to become. And as we raise our consciousnesses individually, we see a larger picture of our lives, we get a better contextual reference for where we are in the bigger picture, and the troubles that we face on individual levels seem to be diminished in significance or size. And that's another way of looking at how people use CyberSayer to gain perspective on their lives and so to empower themselves to have a superior life.
That's exciting. A tool that can help you grow and to reach new states of understanding.
CyberSayer works on computers, and integrated circuits are becoming smaller and smaller, but if you look up close to an integrated circuit, it looks like a huge aerial to me, or one thing it looks like. And I believe that integrated circuits do have the capacity to pick up human energy. The advantage of using a computer is that they're programmed. that they're not just a static device. You can actually change the way they're performing and behaving through using programming. And so CyberSayer is a fairly simple program, but very unique in terms of it allows the computer chip space to detect human vibration and to interpret that as a stimulus to deliver a supportive response to the situation. Certainly I've seen people have used it to change the way they deal with the relationship. Obviously, relationships are a big thing, I think, for all of us. Ultimately, the most important relationship, I think, is the one we have with ourselves. Because every other relationship that we have on the face of the planet is to a degree a reflection or an extension of the relationship we have with ourselves.
Outside of ourselves for gratification, or we're always looking externally for something, and really what really matters is what things are.
Absolutely. I think in our society we get a lot of pressure to gratify ourselves or measure our happiness, our success through external flags, symbols, status, and achieve in a piece, for instance, or a degree of conscious awareness of being loving towards oneself and against other people. That brings such a rich reward to people's lives that the external things become almost insignificant. As we become more at home within ourselves, have a richer or more tolerant relationship or view of ourselves, so we can develop a more tolerant and accepting view of everybody else on the planet. And I think that is one way that we could really change our experience of life collectively on this planet. So one thing that we can all do is take more responsibility for ourselves, and it starts with, for me, with my relationship with myself. If I'm prepared to put my money where my mouth is and have a tolerant, accepting, compassionate, understanding relationship with Fergus, then I am empowered to do the same with other people around me, within my community, within my family, within my society, and within the world. It's time that we started supporting each other to be positive and uplifted in each other's presence and in each other's thoughts, so that we can create a much more uplifting vibration around the planet to help everybody raise their consciousness.
It's the power of intention.
Yeah, well, CyberSayer, it was absolutely created through intention. It was, I set out to create a program that could talk to people, could talk intelligently to people, supportively to people about what was going on in their lives, our own realities. Some of us create it in a way that affects a lot more people, and the great names that I've mentioned are people who created things that have affected everybody's life on the planet. But ultimately I see no difference to, we all create, and the things we create are our lives.